Hello dear viewers, myself Nasir and you're watching Mr.Zoologist YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about living world. What is life? Life is a unique complex organization of molecules expressing throughout chemical reactions which lead to growth, development, responsiveness, adaptation and reproduction. Means to say if something breathes, it has a soul, then it is called living. If it can locomote, then it is living. So it has unique organization of molecules. It has specific geometry, shape, and different organs. And some animals have better developed organ systems. Plants are just organs, whereas animals have organ systems which can show growth, development, responsiveness. Means to say they show response towards the stimuli, towards any change either in the external environment or in the internal environment. They show adaptations. Means to say when the environment changes, they also adapt to these changes. And they show reproduction. Means to say they increase in number, they produce their progenies. What is a living organism? A living organism is self-replicating, evolving and self-regulating interactive system capable of responding to external stimuli. Means to say a living organism produces its offsprings, progenies. Evolving means to say changing according to the changing environment. Interactive system capable of responding means to say as a whole an individual response to changes. Means to say a dog is running towards you and barking at you. You might run after it, or you might put on a stick on your hand to throw away on it. So that is response. So an organism is also responsive to the change in the external stimuli or external environment. So a plant also shows changes in the form of growth at different regions. What are properties of living organisms? First of all is growth. Growth is, we can define it, it is the increase in number and mass of cells by cell division. Means to say a parent cell divides into two daughter cells, that is form of growth. And it may increase its size. In plants, growth continues throughout their lifespan. In animals, growth is only up to a certain age. However, cell division occurs to replace lost cells. Means if a cell is lost or if a cell is broken down or damaged, it can be replaced, it can be reproduced. And in basically growth is the increase in mass and size. Thus non-living objects also grow. Means to say surface accumulation of material. So growth is not a defining property of living organisms. In living organisms, growth is from inside, not from the outside. Means to say inside organs develop, organs increase in size, that is growth. Next is reproduction. It is a production of progeny having features similar to those of parents. Means to say organism sexually mates with a partner and copulate with her, and mixes or fertilization occurs there between the sperm and egg, and a fertilized zygote is formed. Fertilized zygote further develops into embryo, and embryo develops into a similar offspring like the gametes met, and then the individual born which will have similar features to their parents. So that is reproduction in unicellular organisms. Growth and reproduction are same because they reproduce by cell division. In asexual only one parent is involved, whereas in sexual only not only male but also female is required. Many organisms do not reproduce, like mules, worker bees, infertile human couples, etc. Hence, reproduction is not a perfect defining property of living organisms. Mule is a form of crossbreeding. Basically, those species are capable of interbreeding or can produce their progenies which have a interbreeding nature. Means to say species within the species interbreeding is occurring. Reproduction is occurring. If cross species breeding occurs between two different species, then the progeny will not be able to produce the offsprings, or either if the offsprings are from unfertilized zygote, they will also not be able to produce offsprings. That is the reason they are not included in the property of a living organism, because they do not we are saying that they are living organisms, but that property for defining living organisms is not enough, is limited. Next is metabolism. It is a sum total of all biochemical reactions taking place inside a living system. It is the defining feature of living organisms. Means to say they need energy For growth, development, different types of anabolic and catabolic reactions takes place, and these reactions collectively are called metabolism. Metabolic reactions can be demonstrated outside the body in a cell-free system, so we can examine them under an electron microscope. Isolated metabolic reactions in vitro are not living things but are living reactions.